This is the 80s Show on iHeartRadio.
Say ho, ho, say ho, 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 ho. Let's start the show. Let's start the show. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. Say ho, ho, say ho, whoa, ho, whoa. Let's start the show. Let's start the show. Let's start the show. Let's start the show.
Yay, Monday. Welcome back to another week of soul-destroying drudgery where you and me piss our lives away underneath fluorescent tubes, wondering where it will ever end in this inbred corporate landscape we inhabit. Oh, I'm sorry. I haven't had coffee yet. No, I mean, like, I'd ask you how your day was, but, like, here's the thing. Or I'd ask you how your day is so far. But here's the thing, it is a Monday. Mondays suck big, swinging, hairy things that distend from animals that I can't mention by name on the radio and remain employed. So, therefore, I'll just, rather than ask you how your Monday is working out so far, knowing that it's probably going something like mine, you sick? Yeah, I'm sick too. It's going around. I'd say Funkhouser gave it to me, but you appear to be chipper and healthy this morning, Funkhouser. I deeply resent that. Usually I'd be happy for you in this position, but now I'm sick. I feel as though somehow you managed to give it to me.
Let's just hope it's a temporary thing, because for me it lasted 48 hours or something. Then I'm chipper back to my normal self.
Wow.
I wish that on you too.
Where would we be without Funkhouser's chipper normal self? So today I will, rather than asking how you are or sending you good tidings for the day, I'll just say it's Monday. It's gonna suck. We'll get through it together. I got a really nice tweet over the weekend, though, Funkhouser. Did you see this, too? It was a guy called Jeff, who said, like, oh, man, the number of laws I would be willing to break to hang out with you guys. I thought that was so cool, because, not because it feeds our psychotic, underfed radio egos, but because, do you ever watch something like, I don't know, Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee? Have you ever seen that show?
Me? Yeah.
Yeah. Do you watch it?
Mm-hmm. On Crackle, right?
On Crackle, yeah. And for those that don't know, it's basically Jerry Seinfeld hanging out with a bunch of his favorite comedians, and they're just kind of shooting the S, and then it's edited down into something that's about 10-15 minutes long. That's really cool to watch. I love it. I mean, I'm a huge Seinfeld fan, obviously, so I'm partial, but the thing that I like about it so much is it really does give this sort of like window into the world of what it might be like to hang out, eat lunch, have coffee with Jerry Seinfeld. And they make it look like a lot of fun. And it seems like it is. You know, having heard people interviewed that have been on the show and having heard him talk about the show, it really is very natural. I mean, there's cameras there, but it really is just him hanging out with his buddies. And I get this urge watching it to go see if there's a way to, muscle my way onto that show. There isn't, of course, but it's just that it looks like so much fun hanging out, being part of whatever it is, their conversation. And the fact that someone like Jeff would tweet us and say, man, what I wouldn't give to hang out with you guys for an afternoon. That to me says we're doing something right. It says that, like, if you and I, Funkhouser, are sounding like we could be fun to hang out with, then really we're doing the kind of radio I want to do, which is as close to real life as possible. Other people blow themselves up to these, like, comic book-esque proportions and manufacture outrage. And to me, the type of radio I like to try to do is, this is basically what it would be like if you're just hanging out with us. And the fact that that seems to be a fun thing to do, well, I'm stoked for that. And thank you so much for what I consider to be a compliment of the highest order. If you want to contribute to the show, maybe by giving us compliments of the highest order, or by telling us when we're wrong, or perhaps joining in the conversation, you can do that by tweeting along at 80SXE is where you can tweet me. At FunkFM is where you can tweet super producer to the stars, Barry Funkhouser.
Or if you have an ISDN machine, you can get us that way too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If you have radio technology in your house, which now costs about $15, go for it. Join in. We'll give you the ISDN number, and you can become part of the radio family. Today in the show, I don't know if you caught it or not, but Sarah Palin has apologized for screwing up John McCain's campaign. She said she holds herself personally responsible. Wow, maybe she did some work on herself. Did you see that thing where, like, the Palin family went to a party which turned into a 20-person fist fight? It was like a week ago. Did you see that? Did you catch that in the news, Funkhouser?
Usually I'm into the public brawls, but no, I'm not following Palin lately.
Yeah, classy family. We'll get into that later. Right now, though, let's take a look at the events of today in our segment, My Witness News. In no way, shape, or form fair, certainly not balanced. Funkhouser, A, how was your weekend? B, what's going on in the world?
Weekend was good. It was hot. Here. It was probably less hot there, but still hot. So I had a good weekend.
The thing about where you live in Los Angeles, Pasadena, is that where it is? Pasadena?
Yeah, the home of the 3-day One Direction concert that happened this week.
Well, whatever else it's known for, it's kind of an historic neighborhood, sort of, really. It's like, the buildings are a little older, right?
Yeah. It's very peaceful and pretty. An old Hollywood.
The old buildings are great. They're charming. They're rustic. Like you go up to the northeast or you go down south and you see sort of like Savannah in Georgia or something like that, or different parts of Massachusetts where there are these sort of like beautiful sort of like 1800s era houses with wraparound porches, and it's just gorgeous, and it's fantastic until you get inside one of those during the summertime and realize that there's no central air conditioning, which you suffer from this weekend, right?
Yeah, I got a box in a window. That's about it.
101 in Los Angeles, I heard.
105 where I was.
Really?
Yeah, that's what my nether region said. After they went...
In California, the taxes are outrageous, is I think what a lot of people say when they open up their paycheck, look at it and go, I feel like I worked a lot harder than that. And the answer is always this when you complain about California taxes. Oh yeah, it's sunshine tax. It's what you pay to live in such a beautiful climate where it's perfect all the time. Never gets below 80, or never gets below 70, never gets above 80. And either when it drops below that, pre-prescribed temperature, or when it goes above 80, I feel as though California natives should get a rebate. Like, don't you feel, Funkhouser, that if you step out of your house and you're paying California taxes and parts of you start sticking to other parts of you, you should get some sort of refund in April?
Yeah, but instead we get electricity ripped away from us in those situations, and we have to flex our freaking power. Barf. Have you ever to do that?
Brownouts.
You know about
brownouts,
that?
right? Yeah, like California brownouts. Isn't that what they...
Well,
because people can't...
The state comes out with this thing where today's a flex alert, and you have to like turn off most of your electricity. You don't get fined or anything. I don't think you get fined, but they have these flex days when when they can't deal with the power grid. They want you to turn unnecessary items off.
Yeah,
it's lame.
And for that privilege, you pay extra taxes. The whole extra taxation thing, I'd get behind if I could earmark where the hell it went. Like if I could say, hey, I'll pay, I don't know, I'll pay double what I'm paying now, as long as I know the pothole that is at the end of my road that's given me like 2 flat tires in the last in as many months. If you could actually get that filled in, that would be effing great. Or if I could say, hey, I'll pay double as long as I know it's going to go to the care of veterans after they come home from the war, that would be cool too. But no, not so much. It's a little, you wonder sometimes, don't you?
Yep.
I do anyway. Let's take a look at the news. What's been going on? Oh, well, wait. No. The point I wanted to get to is you went out for air conditioning, right?
Yeah, I went to the California Science Center down there by the Coliseum where they did the '84 Olympics and all that stuff. It's very patriotic down there, and they had good air conditioning and a $2 admission fee. So.
Do you think it was a $1 admission fee on days when it wasn't 105, but they were like, okay?
I don't remember paying the last time I went there, so I don't know. Maybe
see?
$2 AC fee.
Yeah. All right. What's going on in the world?
Well, Kanye did something in Australia. He was in his concert. He stopped his concert in Australia to yell at a handicapped guy in a wheelchair who did not stand up for the rest of the crowd when he's all stand up.
Yeah.
Still not everybody standing up.
And they're like, we can't. Paraplegia. But go on with the show, please. No. I'm not going on with the show until everybody stands up. And then I think he questioned the validity of their wheelchairs before he that's what people do. They sneak into concerts with wheelchairs so they can get better seats.
Yeah, and then the dude held up his prosthetic leg
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I haven't seen Kanye look like this big of an ass since every other moment of his life. Now only gives Ray Rice a slight lead over Kanye as the world's worst person ever. What else?
Can I add a person to that list?
Yeah.
Nick Jonas is in the news. He's going to reportedly play a gay man in a new TV series.
Oh,
One of the brothers.
enough. Amazingly enough, the series isn't a reality show. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I think producers wanted to have Jonas play this particular role after seeing how convincingly he plays a gay man in everyday life. Go on.
A 25-year-old Las Vegas woman married a cardboard cutout of Robert Pattinson.
And there's places in, like, I think this was a legally binding marriage, too. Bear in mind, there's places in this country where you can have sex with animals, but you can't marry a person of the same sex because they're worried it's going to lead to sex with animals. It's a kind of a weird contradiction that we find in this country. But if a 25-year-old woman in Las Vegas can legally marry a cardboard cutout of Robert Pattinson, it raises some interesting questions. But the couple... The happily married 25-year-old Las Vegas woman with her cardboard cutout of that guy from Twilight. Yeah, they're registered if you want to get them a gift at Bed Bath and Beyond Depressing. Her friends say the cardboard cutout is exactly like the real Robert Pattinson, though, except with infinitely more acting range. Go on.
Well, we are dog lovers here, but I don't know if your dog's worth $13,000. Paris Hilton.
My dog is priceless, but was adopted for free.
Yeah, mine was $35, man. It was great. Paris Hilton bought a $13,000 Pomeranian.
Oh, yeah. It's this $13,000 dog that you can fit in the palm of your hand. If you want one for yourself, they can be purchased at whytheterrorists.hateus.org.
Or .net.
Yeah, or .net. The dog's getting cozy in its new home right now, in a purse, squeezed between Marlboros and condoms that will never get used because she's a dirty skank that doesn't care about diseases because she's got them all already.
At least there's an iPhone 6 in that purse. Probably.
I was trying to, someone came up with the super disease that the Kardashians and the Hilton sisters probably have, and AIDS-itis is what it is, which is a unique combination of hepatitis, AIDS, and herpes. AIDS-itis. I'd like to kind of make that a thing. See if we can get that one to permeate the social zeitgeist. So if you're listening, try and work that into the show. AIDS-itis, a combination of 3 sexually transmitted disease, most widely accepted to be spread by the Kardashians. AIDS-itis. What else?
Danielle Watts is an African-American actress who appeared in Django Unchained. I think she was the wife. I was pretty sure. She was handcuffed and detained by LAPD, who thought she was a prostitute because she was seen kissing a man who turned out to be her husband in public.
A white man. They're like, oh, black woman kissing a white man. Must be prostitution. It's hard to believe, that a married couple still shows affection. I heard there's more than one side to the story. Like, it does make the LA cops look awfully bad, but apparently someone, they were like making out in their car or something like that, and somebody called the cops on them. They're like, people are having sex in the car. Looks like prostitution. And so the cops had to show up and check it out. And and now it's turned into this huge thing, like where she's like, the husband took pictures and it's exploding on the interwebs, and she's calling for social justice, and there's lawsuits and all this sort of stuff, and the cops are like, we had to check it out because it was called in. It's one of those things where there's going to be 3 sides to every story. There's going to be one person's side, the other person's side, and somewhere in the middle lies the truth, and no one's ever going to know. But it is post-Ferguson, rather unfortunate timing.
Sometimes you just know you're done. You're longing for that shining sun. You walk these streets most every day. You're waiting to get washed away.